Do you feel that we're now at the beginning of what is like the new next important, paradigm? Like, is this cloud but on steroids?
Oh, yeah, much larger, and I'll explain why. So, so I described before, right? The triangle people technology market. The technology is ultimately the driver is the technological for venture. The technological step function changes drive the industry, and they always have, right? And so if you talk to the LPs, you can see this. It's like when there is a giant new technology platform, it's an opportunity to reinvent a huge number of companies and products that now have become obsolete and create a whole new generation of companies. Often, generally end up being bigger than the ones that they replaced. And so, and the venture returns map this. And so they come in waves, and the LPs will tell you it's just like, there was the PC wave, the internet wave, the mobile wave, the cloud wave. Like that was the thing. And then, by the way, in venture, when you get stuck between waves, it's actually very hard, right? Because you've seen this for the last 5 years. Like for the last 5 years, it's like how many more SaaS companies are there to found? Like we're just out of ideas. We're just out of categories. They've all been done. Yeah. Right. And so it's when you have a fundamental technology paradigm shift that gives you an opportunity to kind of rethink the entire industry.
It would have been very sad, by the way, if the AI breakthrough didn't happen. Like the state of venture would be sad, I think.
3 years ago, this was, so when we were talking to RLPs 3 years ago, we're just like, basically like, we're in, Chris Dixon has this framing he uses. He calls it in venture, you're either in search mode or hill climbing mode. And in search mode, you're looking for the hill.
And it was search mode.
Right. And 3 years ago, we were all in search mode. And that's how we described it to everybody, which is like, we're in search mode and there's all these candidates for what the things could be. And AI was one of the candidates, right? It was like a known thing, but it hadn't broken out yet in the way that it has now. And so we were in search mode. Now we're in hill climbing mode.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Big time.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, look, like as I say, on the technology breakthrough itself, I think a year ago, you could have made the argument that like, I don't know if this is really going to work because LLMs, hallucinations, it's great that they can write Shakespearean poetry and hip hop lyrics. Can they actually do math? Mm-hmm. Can they write code?
And now it obviously is.
And now they obviously can. And I think for me, the turning point moment, the moment for certainty for me was the release of O1. So O1 from OpenAI, the reasoner, and then DeepSeek R1. The minute and those happened kind of back to back. And the minute those popped out, you saw what's happening with that, and the scaling law that was around that. You're just like, all right, this is going to work because reasoning is going to work. And in fact, that is what's happening. Like it's and I would say every day I'm seeing product capabilities. I'm seeing new technologies I never thought I would live to see. Like really profound. I actually think the analogy isn't to the cloud or to the internet. I think the analogy is to the invention of the microprocessor. I think this is a new kind of computer. And being a new kind of computer means that essentially everything that computers do can get rebuilt, I think. So we're investing against the thesis that basically all incumbents are going to get nuked. Yeah. And everything is going to get rebuilt.
Just across the board.
Just across the board. Now, we'll be wrong in a bunch of those cases because some incumbents will adapt.
But power law, the things that are right will be super right.
Will be super right. Exactly. And then look, the AI makes things possible that were not possible before. And so there's going to be entirely new categories.
By the way, is your mindset there that you should just bet on, like, obviously incumbents are going to win some percentage and startups are going to win some, but it's basically the dominant strategy as a venture capitalist to just plan to bet that startups are going to win it all and go for the power law?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, and again, the reason is to kind of remember two customer sets. The way the LPs think of us is as complementary to all their other investments. Yeah. And so our LPs all have like major public market stock exposure. Like they don't need us to bet on incumbent healthcare, whatever company, right? They need us to fit a role in their portfolio, which is, to try to maximize alpha based on disruption. Yeah. And then again, the basic math of venture, which is you can only lose 1x, you can make 1,000x, and you just like slam that forward as hard as you can.